Welcome to Red Banner and Fitness 101. Now, actually building your network, surrounding yourself with awesomeness. This gets thrown around a ton. Hey, surround yourself with positivity. Hey, be positive. It's all about actually executing and doing it. Surround yourself with awesomeness. Don't let it just be words. Everything you do from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep should be focused on what you want to achieve. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what your goal is, what your objective is, what area in your life needs improvement, or you have an objective in which area, it doesn't matter. It matters that you're surrounding yourself with the right tools, the right assets, rather than liabilities. So when we say surround yourself with awesomeness, we're thinking about the theory that everything in your life either adds or subtracts from the quality of your life. So if we assume that everybody you come in contact with, and remember, I'm not just talking about people that you're meeting face to face, I'm talking about videos, TV shows, video games, Candy Crush on your phone, radio show. I mean, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. Everything in your life is either adding or subtracting from the quality of your life and you reaching your goals. It's either an asset or a liability. For those of you that might not know, assets are good, liabilities are bad. At least in this context, anyway. So let's take a little walk through the first part of your day. So you wake up, definitely an asset. What's the first thing we do? We should be eating breakfast. Okay, so for breakfast we have a 3-block meal. We got 3 eggs, 3 tablespoons of avocados, and 4 ounces of spinach, 4 ounces of broccoli, and half a cup of salsa. So that's a pretty good breakfast. Asset or liability? Definitely an asset. If we wake up and eat the pizza that's left over from a week ago, probably a liability. Okay, so what are you doing while you're making and eating breakfast? You'll know from my meal prep videos that I like to watch The Office in the background. I have since switched. I now listen to Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins in the background. It's constantly feeding me positivity, the messages that I need to hear about success and getting where I want to go and not wasting time. So even while I'm making and eating my breakfast, I'm filling my tank with positivity and drive and motivation. Definitely an asset. If you do something like you sit down and you catch up on Lost, or geez, that's like a 10-year-old reference. Anyway, Lost or My Big Fat Greek Wedding, or whatever you're watching or doing while you're eating breakfast, that's also adding or subtracting to where you're going, how that day is going to play out. So after breakfast, what do? We probably get dressed. What are you wearing? Are you dressing for success? Are you putting something on that makes you feel confident and makes you feel like you can go and get it? Or are you putting on old sweatpants and a dirty sweatshirt? Asset or liability? So the picture that I'm trying to paint for you, the idea that I'm trying to get across is that everything in your day, not just the people, but everything you do and surround yourself with, everything that comes into your life is either an asset or a liability. Furthermore, you have the ability to control that. You have the ability to control the amount of assets that you allow into your life, the amount of liabilities that you allow access into your life. Now, I'm not saying that bad things aren't going to happen or that really dirty situations aren't going to happen to you. I'm saying that you can control how you react to those situations. If you are so 100% obsessed and focused on the future, what you're going to accomplish next week, what's down the road next month, where are you going in 6 months, in a year, if you're so focused on reaching that goal, that objective, that end state that you've set for yourself, nothing else is going to throw you off track. I'm telling you, once you adopt the mindset of I'm going here and nothing else matters, everything else falls in line. You cannot be thrown off track as long as you continue to maximize those assets in your life. If you're continuing to fill up your tank with positivity and drive and motivation, you're focused on that end goal, none of the other quote-unquote bad situations will throw you off track. You will find ways to use those situations to your advantage and make them assets rather than liabilities. Just an example, our power went out in the gym a few weeks ago. It was out for a couple weeks. We had a break-in during that time because the alarm system that we're paying for wasn't active. We lost internet, phones. I mean, we lost everything. But I'm so focused on where I'm going, where the gym is going, what I'm going to be doing next week and next month and next year, that none of that really even fazed me. It's such a weird, it's such a liberating experience to be so obsessed with succeeding at the goals that you've set out that none of the other circumstances or situations really have any effect on you. They said, oh, the power went out. Okay, we'll get it fixed. Oh, somebody broke in. Whatevs. They stole my camera. Hey, it's cool. I mean, yeah, it sucks, and I got to replace that camera. But I'm saying that the camera getting lost and the break-in and the power outage, it did not have the effect that it would have previously, because I'm maximizing the good things that I got going right now, the future, the goals, the prospects that I have right now. I'm maximizing my time by reading books and watching videos that improve my life, that add to the quality of my life, that nothing else that's going on right now even seems to matter. The only thing that matters for me is where I'm going, my family, the business, everything going on is solely focused and driven at that one point. And without even really thinking about it, I realized that I'm starting to really maximize and create time for people that are assets to my life. And the more I do that, because we only have a certain amount of hours in the day, the liabilities in my life, the people that have a negative influence on where I'm going, all of a sudden they don't have a whole lot of time set aside, allocated in my day. As a matter of fact, at this point, I don't have any time for anybody that doesn't add positivity to my day. So if you can, maximize the time with your assets and minimize the time with your liabilities. Just making more time with your assets, that automatically creates less time for your liabilities. So if it's not adding to your day, if it's not adding positivity and motivation and drive to your life, to getting to your goals and your end point, then just forget about it. It'll eventually weed itself out. The more you're driving toward where you want to go, the more you're allowing the assets to have more influence in your day and in your life, the more you seek those things out, the less time there will be left over for the things that aren't getting you where you want to go. Ultimately, we all have 24 hours in the same day. How you use those hours is completely up to you. You have to make sure that every minute, every second, every hour, every day, every week, month, and year is focused on where you want to go. You have to do the work to do that. Nobody else is going to come in and magically do it for you. So maximize the time with your assets and minimize the time with your liabilities. Now, some people who are maybe considered liabilities in your life, and you can't limit your access to them because they're around you all the time, maybe family members or something like that. Now, I'm not saying that we should go out and try to change these people, but I am saying that you should be aware that they are liabilities to your life. They're not really adding positivity to you, therefore they're adding negativity. Be the positive influence, be the light in that person's life. Like I said, everybody's personalities are constantly trying to mesh. They're trying to find an equilibrium. So if you're always the positive one, you're always talking about, oh man, I can't wait till I can do this, or yeah, I'm working on that and I'm going to get here. If you're constantly feeding positivity and being assets to other people that might be liabilities to you, eventually you guys are going to even out. And they have to kind of meet your level. They have to become assets for you, or at least minimize the degree to which they're liabilities. So take that into account. Surround yourself with awesomeness, and don't let it just be words. Take action on that. Be really purposeful and methodical about what you're doing with your time.